The Pharisees were a group of religious people, very politically motivated. Their goal was to make Israel great again, and the only way that could happen is if their religious system was politically in charge. Does that sound like any other religious people that you may know around? I have somebody say, well, Paul, you're not very nonpartisan. Why call yourself the nonpartisan evangelical? And that's because they just misunderstand the purpose of what I'm doing. The opposite of nonpartisan evangelical is partisan evangelical. That's what I'm speaking against. I'm not here to equally hit both sides of the political aisle. Like Jesus didn't hit the Pharisees one day and the Samaritans the next. No, he said, Pharisees, religious people, good people of culture, you get your act together. You clean up your house, and then you can point a finger at those other people to clean up theirs. The Pharisees were a group of religious people, very politically motivated. Their goal was to make Israel great again. They believed that God's purpose was for Israel, their country, to once again be the military and economic power of the world. And the only way that could happen is if their religious system was politically in charge of the country. And does that sound like any other religious people that you may know around? And so Jesus' point wasn't to say, Pharisees, you do this wrong. Samaritans, you do this wrong. Tax collectors, you do this wrong. Prostitutes, this is where you're bad. Wine bibbers, this is where you're bad. No, on a daily basis, he stood up and said, that religious system of those religious people has to change and is wrong. And that's my job. That's what I feel like God has for me to do, to come and say, evangelicals, here's a mirror. Does your political agenda look like the life that Jesus led when he was on earth? And does that matter? Should we care if what we're doing politically doesn't seem to line up with the way Jesus lived his life? I actually think it does. I think it's the most important thing we need to be comparing ourselves to. But as I hold up that mirror, it makes some evangelicals very unhappy, very uncomfortable. And so often what they come to me with is, why are you not criticizing the other side as well? And because that's not my job. That's not what I'm called to. I'm called to talk to our people and say, just like Jesus said to the religious people in his day, if you guys don't first humble yourself and pray and turn from your ways, things aren't going to go well. And I think that's the message for evangelicals in this season. Let's examine ourselves and change our ways.